Would you mind summarizing what this whole war was about?
Well, it was trying to keep the South Vietnamese people solvent compared to being the North Vietnamese. And they were trying to convert the Southern people to the communistic ways. That's the main part of what it was.
Right.
And we were just there trying to fight for the South Vietnamese to get away from the North Vietnamese.
So you guys came back to the United States every, 90 days, you said? About?
Oh, give or take. I can't really say. But back then, being in the Navy, doing what we were doing, we were the bad people.
Yeah.
People would cuss us out spit on us, cuss us out in the airports or whatever. I mean, we were looked down on. We just accepted it and did what we were told. And we had to get off the ship in uniform. But the way people were towards military back then, as soon as we got off the ship, I'd go to the USO and change into civilian clothes.
Yeah.
Because we were not very well liked.
Did you ever take it to heart at all? Like, with people treating you that way, did you ever think that maybe you were doing something wrong? Or?
You couldn't let it hit too deep.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd drive yourself nuts.
I'm really sorry you had to deal with that. The fight and what America was trying to do over there was, I think it was genuine from what I understand.
Personally, my own opinion, we shouldn't have been there because France had been there fighting that war quite a while before we got there. We shouldn't have been there, but we went there and did our job.
Was there a time later on in your life where you started wearing your U.S. Navy hat every day? Or was there a time when you kind of sat back and reflected, like, maybe I should,
Well, there was a time or two.
Yeah.
I kind of pushed it aside, but it got to the point after a while that it was just part of our upbringing, our life.
I'm glad that you guys do, because it gives us, we always try and thank people for their service when we see them out wearing hats. And I think it's so honorable to wear, the hat. Because not only that, you're representing an entire community of people that went through stuff that most people will never, ever go through.
Some of these guys nowadays will never do what we had to do when we were in the service.
I feel offended a lot of times by people that are my age.
Yeah.
That I know they were going to college while we were.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they're thanking us, but back in that time they were spitting on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they'd take off and go to Canada somewhere.
Kicking us and doing all kinds of things just to make things miserable for us.
What does it mean to you when somebody comes up and thanks you for your service?
Well, I'm getting to the point where I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It makes as though somebody else recognizes what we did and what we accomplished in our period of time.